Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Micah Let's Play, and guess who I am? I'm Micah, because who else would I be? Guys, I am so excited. Just like the other day when I did that discussion and analysis on the Dragon Age trailer we got from the Game Awards, well guess what? BioWare wasn't through with us and they did something for Mass Effect also. So, at the end of the Game Awards, or close to the end of the Game Awards, one of the final trailers we got, which was a secret trailer, was BioWare had did this awesome trailer for Mass Effect, and right before it started, it said Mass Effect is not gone. Well, that's what happened at the end of the trailer. So first, we're going to watch the trailer, and then we're going to do an analysis, and we're going to have a little conversation about this because I don't know if you guys know this, but I too love Mass Effect. So let's watch this trailer, and then let's have our convo. Right? Let's do this.
We know now that in the early years of the 20th century,
I'm wondering, is that the Andromeda system?
Roger, copy. Eagle, Houston, you're a go for landing, over.
Sure, station. Unknown vessel approaching. We need first contact protocols.
Humanity now stands as partners in the galaxy. Hawk 6 is away. Godspeed.
This is really exciting, this part right here. That was the Reaper.
Receiving us. We've lost contact. Do not be reading all across space.
So I'm excited. Oh, that music. I love this part right here. This is so cool and super cinematic. In 7. Oh, I love her little smile. I love that music. Will continue. Like, oh, I'm so here for all of this. Okay, so we're gonna stop the trailer right there. And so let me rewind it all back to the beginning. And we're gonna have a wee bit of a discussion. Oops. We're going to have a wee bit of the discussions with this trailer. Now, when I first saw this, like I said, I was wondering, is this the Andromeda system for Mass Effect Andromeda, or is this the Milky Way system? But based on seeing Dr. Liara Tassoni, I think BioWare went back to the Milky Way system. And I'll touch on to why I thought we might get some Mass Effect Andromeda Easter eggs or something as we go through this. So again, when I first saw this, I was like, oh, okay, that's pretty, because, you know, I like space stuff. Space is awesome, right? And when I first saw this, I thought it was pretty. And then what caught my attention is when you start seeing these images here, when you start seeing more of I was like, okay, where we're going with this, because I was looking at the imagery. I like it. For some reason, I love the color purple now. It's my wife's fault because she likes purple, so it made me like purple. So whenever I see purple, it kind of makes me happy. So when I saw the purple, I'm like, okay, well, the purple with the blue, I should say. And I was looking at the stars, and I was like, okay, this is getting more of my attention. But it's when we saw this little like sun with the I guess asteroid belt or ring around it, and I was like, okay. I was getting vibes of Mass Effect, but I didn't want to say it was Mass Effect when I first saw the trailer. And this time, when the Mass Effect trailer happened, unfortunately, I didn't capture my reaction to it, just like with the Dragon Age one. But it's all good in the hood, as the kids would say. And then as we go past the sun, and then you start hearing the talking, of them talking about, oh, we lost contact. And then you hear the brrr sound of the Reaper. And I was like, that sounds like a Reaper. So let's go to that part. We're gonna go past all these lovely planets and the asteroid. Okay, so here is when you start to see the first signs of like at first I thought this was an asteroid belt. As I said before, I thought it was an asteroid belt, but then as the camera continues, it's not asteroids, that is ship pieces of a ship. And again, depending on how you beat the game in Mass Effect 3 will definitely um this is definitely giving you a hint to one of the world states when you beat the game. So I'm loving all of this. And then, of course, you're hearing the "we lost contact," and then you hear that brrr, like in the middle of this. And I was like, again, like when I first saw it, I was like, that sounds like a Reaper. So I was already getting Mass Effect vibes. And then I saw this and I was like, okay, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Let's see what else you got. And then we see again, it continues with more of the destruction of the ship, and then it goes past this little section here. And when I saw this, I was like, wait, is that another star system? After I heard the Reaper, I'm like, wait, because I didn't know if this was a continuation of Mass Effect 3, and we'll talk more about the Mass Effect games and all the other good stuff that comes with it. And so as we continue, and then we see the ship, and then you start hearing that Mass Effect music when you see the ship. And before I knew really before I was really before I was watching it, I had a feeling it was Mass Effect. But when I start hearing the music and seeing the ship fly in, I was like, this is not Mass Effect. This can't be Mass Effect. Because, guys, next year in spring of 2021, they're doing the remaster of Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, the entire trilogy. And I think there's supposed to be new endings and some new stuff added to it. So, yes to all of that shit. But let's continue. And then we see this scene here. Now, when I first saw it, I was just in awe of the beauty of the background and everything. But even though now we know this is Dr. Liara Tassoni, my absolute fave, um, if you look in the background, as I don't know if you guys can see this, but this back here is a Reaper. It's a Reaper in the background. It's a downed Reaper as she's walking up this slope. Now, if you guys have played all three Mass Effects, in Mass Effect 2, when Shepard dies at the beginning of the game, he's found on this icy like planet and he's able to be brought back to life and all that stuff, um, with the elusive man and that entire organization. So I was like, okay, I'm very curious. What is this telling us? Now, then you see this part, and when you see Dr. Liara Tassoni lean down and she pulls and then you see the N7 right here, like, oh my god, I was so happy. Oh, I went too far. When you see her rub her thumb across, and it looks like that's a piece of the helmet, like, the headset of the helmet, when she wipes off the N7. And when I saw that, I was like, no freaking way. But I was like, wait, who is this? At first, I was like, well, this can't be Shepard. Like, because why would Shepard be walking in the snow, finding his suit pieces, right? And then you see this part where Dr. Liara Tassoni, right here, where you see a little bit of her face. And when I saw that and I saw those freckles, and I was like, oh my god, it's her. And why this part is so significant to me personally is because when you see her little smile, look at this. This right here, her little smile is everything. Here's why. At the end of Mass Effect 3, if you choose red and you go with destroy versus what is it? Convert, or I forgot what the blue one is. In the blue one and the green one, I think Shepard dies, but in the red ending, which is to me the best option, I hate to say that, but destroy is the best option when it comes to the Reapers. You see Shepard taking that gas, like when you see his body laying amongst the rubble. But right before Dr. Liara Tassoni, if you romance her in the Mass Effect storyline, right before she puts his name on the plaque, she looks up and she smiles, or she, like, depending on if your Shepard is a man or a woman, she smiles right before she puts Shepard's name on the mural for those who have fallen. So the reason why to me this is so significant, she smiles. She does that little smile. You see that adorable smile you see there. So when that happens, it's like confirming, yeah, Shepard ain't dead. And then when you see Dr. Liara Tassoni on this icy planet finding the N7 helmet and she smiles, it's like saying Shepard's not dead. Shepard's on this icy planet. And if you notice here in the background, it's like one of the little like from Mass Effect Andromeda. I'm pretty sure this was in the other Mass Effect games as well, but in Mass Effect Andromeda, you would find these little stations when you go visit other planets. So when you look back here, you see these other little planets and you see these three figures here. Now, one of them honestly to me um one of them looks really bulky, kind of like a Krogan, but again, it's too far away and it's a bit blurry, but one of them looks really big and bulky like a Krogan. So I was thinking, oh, are these other teammates, are these the other characters from Mass Effect 2 and 3? Like maybe they're with her or something? I don't know. Um but when I saw that, I was like, hmm. But when I also saw the little space shuttle, it made me think about Mass Effect Andromeda. Because Mass Effect Andromeda was the first Mass Effect game I had ever seen before. Because I had never seen 1, 2, or 3. I mean, I have seen 1, 2, and 3, but I didn't really know what the game series was until I saw Andromeda, and Andromeda was my first peek into the Mass Effect universe, and I liked it so much that when I realized that there was a whole other series connected with Andromeda, that's what made me go hunting for more of this stuff. And again, I've never played a Mass Effect game before. I know a lot of you might be like, "You're weird," but I still like the series. And again, Dr. Liara Tassoni is my absolute favorite. Don't hate me because I love the blue girl. Anywho's, when I saw that, it made me think about Andromeda. And then remember at the beginning of the trailer, at the very beginning, you're seeing this galaxy. And again, I was like, is this the Andromeda system? But then again, it kind of looks like the Milky Way system. If you're familiar with how our solar system looks, or our galaxy looks, excuse me. And I was like, oh my God, are they going to be tying in bits of Andromeda? Because remember, the Andromeda initiative was happening during the second Mass Effect game. Even though it wasn't really talked about in the Mass Effect game, technically that's what was going on behind the scenes if you're familiar with the storylines of the Mass Effect universe. Because in 1, that's when Shepard first discovers, the Reapers and the ancient alien race. Hopefully, I'm saying their name right. The Protheans. Hopefully, I'm saying that name correctly. Um, when you kind of find out about their past civilization and how they were destroyed by the Reapers, and then in Mass Effect 2, where Shepard dies and he is brought back to life and resurrected by the Elusive Man and his organization. And then in Mass Effect 3, you have your climax of the story where the Reapers have now come to Earth and they wrecking shit. And you as Shepard and your crew have to get together, get the team back together and save the day. And in that time frame, and it's such a good story. If you've never played it or you don't know about it, when I do get the Mass Effect remaster, I will be doing a full let's play of that on my channel. So if you've never seen it before and you're new to it, I would love to be how you are introduced to this universe. If not, you can go to several YouTubers. One of my personal favorite YouTubers is called Angelarts. His icon right here. Go to Angelarts Channel. His content does favor towards LGBT content. So if that's something that you're uncomfortable with, go find someone else. But I do like the way he does his Let's Play because he's very detailed in storytelling. And if you know me, I love deep analysis and talkative stuff. So that's kind of my jam. So if you're uncomfortable with that, go somewhere else and find someone who's more just like going with the flow of the game. But yeah, so I that's how I first was introduced to the full Mass Effect universe. Was that was on his channel, and I didn't even know that Mass Effect and Dragon Age were belonging to the same company. And I'll do a full discussion on my real history with the BioWare company on another video on another time. But yeah, so when I saw that, I was like, okay, I'm very interested and I want to know more about all this stuff. And going back to Mass Effect 3, like I said, at the end of the game, once you beat it, again, there's three different options to how you beat it. And a lot of people felt like the ending, you were gypped out of the ending because the ending kind of like all the stuff that you did in the previous two games really didn't amount to anything because you only had three options: destroy, control, and there was something else like where you would become one with the machine, so it's like you would merge, but I forgot what that particular ending was called. Now it's the green option and blue was control. Basically, Shepard would become he basically would become omnipresent, and he would be all of the Reapers, and he would mentally control all of the Reapers. Now, if you choose red is destroy, and what happens is that all animatronics or electronic life, androids, cyborgs, all that stuff would be destroyed if you go in that option. And then there's this character called Evie, who Joker, and Evie and Joker are right here on the screen. They actually develop a relationship, and Evie is actually an android that Joker falls in love with. So, when you think about that, and then of course when you think about the Geth, not the Geth, in part two there was this one called Legion, which was basically like this little robot thing that you fight in Mass Effect 1 and 2. And it's also a party member as well. Here's the character right here. So you think about when you destroy, you're destroying all of that, including the Reapers. But again, now, in my honest opinion, to get the best ending, that it to me is the best. To me, it's the best way to go because it's the best way to save the planet without sacrificing your shepherd. Because again, when it ends, if you romance Dr. Liara Tassoni, she does that little smile, and it goes to this little scene here where you see Shepard inhale, and it's like, oh my god, like Shepard is still alive. So again, when you see the end of this trailer and you see Dr. Liara Tassoni, and she does that little smile that I love so much. And it's like, it's just confirmation that Shepard isn't dead. Shepard is alive. And then when it says, Mass Effect will continue right here, again, I got so excited because after Mass Effect 3, and mind you, again, I've never played the games. I've only seen the Let's Plays of them. The full when these games first came out, I was not playing these games. I wasn't really into this style of gaming until much later on. And again, I was more into fighting games, and that's still my jam. But I'm starting to learn to really love RPGs because they are just some of the funnest gaming experiences I've had in recent years. But anywho, going back to this, so when looking at all this and knowing that Mass Effect is coming back, and again, you guys know I got this BioWare book, and it wasn't just for Dragon Age, it was also for Mass Effect. And if you read this, there's actually other storylines that are in here that didn't make it into the DLCs or into other characters, or you see the different style of concept art for your Shepherd. Again, your Shepherd could be a man or a woman depending on how you create them and how you choose your romance options and all that stuff. So again, I'm just really excited to see Mass Effect come back, and knowing that we're going to get the remaster next year. So I'm wondering in 2021, after we get the launch of the remaster, are we going to see hints of a Mass Effect 4? Is this going to be a new part of the series? And here's what I'm thinking. If they don't bring back Shepard, and if they don't, I'll be sad about it personally. But if they don't bring back Shepard, I would love for them to still have Shepard alive. Like you see a much older Shepard, kind of like I forget the black guy's name, the commander. This guy, when he was kind of like your commander, not your commander, like I guess the general or admiral. I forget what his actual title is. But when you see him, Shepard's in that role and you're playing as a new cadet, and maybe you're not actually a commander just yet, maybe you're still just a lieutenant, or you're still just a regular just soldier on the field, and as you play the game you rank up, like you rank advance not only in skill but also in how well you accomplish your missions. I think that would be a really fun element if they included that in the game as you progress and go on, and you still see Dr. Liara Tassoni. So if your storyline is that you romanced her throughout, and even though Shepard will be much older, they'll still be together. Or if you romance Caden or Ashley, you see them as an older couple, and I think that would be super cool to see. I think it would be very awesome. And if they do bring back Shepard, this is just my weird thinking. I would love to see Shepard come back, but one of his arms or one of his legs or one of her arms or one of her legs is like fully mechanic, or like they have a bionic arm or a bionic leg. I think that would be really cool, and it would go to show that even though they saved the day, they didn't come back completely unscathed. Like it shows like they went through some shit, because if you play Mass Effect 2, depending on if you're Renegade or Paragon or I think it is Paragon or something. Basically, if you're good or bad, or if you're not necessarily good or bad, I guess that's too generic. If you make more edgier decisions versus more, I guess, safer decisions, you'll start to see marking, like the scarring of your face becomes more pronounced if you go more Renegade. And honestly, who doesn't love a sexy renegade, right? But I wonder. I hope we kind of get some of that back in Mass Effect, in this new Mass Effect game, and then also I'm wondering what changes did they make to the remaster of Mass Effect. Are they going to add new DLC content? Or, well, again, I think they are adding new DLC. I think they're adding new endings as well, or they're going to add on, or it's going to be an adjunct to the existing endings. But again, I'm not too sure of what they're doing, because I unfortunately I only know just what I'm telling you. But with all that said, guys, what do you think about it? Are you super excited to see the return of Mass Effect, like myself and many other BioWare fans, and the return of Dragon Age? Oh, and go check out my analysis of Dragon Age. I did it a day ago or a few days ago, depending on when you saw this. It was literally right after the day after the Gaming Awards, and oh my God, just again. I'm so excited for the future of BioWare. This company is amazing, and they have amazing storytelling and amazing games, and I'm so here for all of it. But again, I want to know, what are your thoughts and feelings? Are you super excited? Are you just kind of like, yeah, I'm good. I had my fun with it. Have fun to the next generation. Or are you excited to get your hands on the newest entry to BioWare? Because Mass Effect Andromeda was not well received, and I'm not going to lie to you. I actually like Andromeda, and I like it a lot. You know, um, it's not the best of the Mass Effect stories, not by a long shot, but I still like it. I still think it's a good story for what we got. Especially if you know the history behind the game, if you understand the development history, still what we got from that company, that only, I think they only had like 18 months to kind of scrap it together. Again, what they got, it wasn't perfect. There was facial issues. There was a lot of problems with Andromeda, but I still really liked it. I thought it was still a really good game. But I've said enough. I want to know what you guys think. So if you guys enjoyed any of this content, do me a ginormous favor by considering liking this video, subscribing to my channel, leaving me a comment in the comment section down below, hit the notification bell so you're always notified when I'm uploading videos, doing analysis, and just loving video games just for you. Then remember my golden rules of washing your hands, wearing gloves, wearing a mask, practicing social distance, giving everyone love and respect, because that's how you'll get it in return. Then remember, on this channel, we live, think, and dream big. All Black Lives Matter. Micah's gonna see you on the flip side, and with all that said, bye! Wink!